James Martell here. WebmasterRadio.fm has something that every affiliate marketer should be buzzing about. Introducing the WebmasterRadio.fm mobile app, now available in the iTunes Store or on Google Play. Listen to our live stream at your leisure and download episodes of the Affiliate Buzz, plus sample episodes of great affiliate marketing shows like Affiliate Marketing Today and Affiliate Marketing Insider. For affiliate marketing news and information you can use right on your smartphone, download the WebmasterRadio.fm mobile app for iTunes and Google Play now.
WebmasterRadio.fm proudly presents the longest-running program on affiliate marketing. Welcome to Affiliate Buzz. Our hosts, James and Arlene Martell, are here to inspire, inform, and motivate you with expert insight, interviews, and information that will increase your bottom line. Advance your affiliate marketing efforts every week on Affiliate Buzz. Now, please welcome James and Arlene.
Hi, it's James Martell here, and welcome to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz. It's great to have you with us. Arlene is away today, but I do have Chris Sanderson, the founder of Thailand-based AMWSO, on the line, also known as AMZO. And today we're going to be talking about profitable and often overlooked B2B opportunities for affiliates. Chris is the owner and manager of AMWSO, a company that specializes in outsourced affiliate marketing services for firms all around the world. His core role in the firm involves the constant search for new and better ways to use the internet to increase client reach and brand effectiveness across the globe. The AMZO client base includes Red Capi, Paychecks, Exotissimo Travel, Chaparral Motorsports, and Hotels by City, to name only a few. Chris, welcome back to the Affiliate Buzz.
Thank you, James. It's been a while since we last chatted.
It has been, and I do know, of course, you're tucked away in the beautiful country of Thailand. You and I have had a chance to discuss that many times on the show, what it's like to live over in your neck of the woods. Of course, you just mentioned to me that it's bright and early in the morning. You're up at 6 o'clock, kids off to school. You got back, took a little nap, and here we are. Now, let's talk about B2B. And of course, B2B is the three-letter acronym for business to business, and I think it's a great topic. You basically came up with the idea. Why don't you give us a little preface as we jump into the show? I got a bunch of questions about it, but we're always looking for profitable programs to represent, and you mentioned it to me that affiliates don't often think of B2B opportunities, so kind of lay the groundwork for us.
Sure. I mean, the B2B side of affiliate marketing has been around as long as the B2C side thing really has. But for a lot of affiliates, they look at it as being a more difficult or more involved marketing process than they would a normal retail program. So a lot of people just kind of overlook it, and they just go and do the jewelry, the books, the general retail products. And a lot of the B2B is really left to a lot of the very big affiliates, more kind of the actual businesses themselves, the business affiliates themselves who focus on this area. And it's a shame, really, because there is so much going on in the B2B area, and it's growing quite a lot. More and more firms are looking at how they can get involved in using affiliates to bring business to their companies. And so it is an area that is expanding and growing, but there still is a huge lack of affiliates involved in this area. Especially that are doing it well and doing it with a good focus. So certainly it's an area that needs to be explored and expanded. And hopefully after our chat, we'll see more affiliates kind of taking a look at it and seeing how they can get involved.
If you would, give us an example of a B2B type product that an affiliate might be interested in.
I'll be biased here and pick one of our own clients. So we've got Paychecks, for example, and Paychecks basically are providing a outsourced accounting service, payroll service to small businesses around the USA, which is something that a lot of businesses are looking for because they don't want to have an in-house accounting firm, or they want to have it done outsourced, so it's done in structure with the tax and accounting practices that are necessary in the USA. So Paychecks is out there looking for a new business, and they're basically doing a pay-per-lead structure. So affiliates can send them leads through to their site, and they'll get paid on a lead based commission. And it's for us right now. A lot of the guys that are doing the Paychecks program, they're a lot of them are doing the sites that are about accounting or about accounting services. But at the same time, we have a lot of affiliates out there that are doing straight up PPC marketing. We've got guys that are doing white paper marketing and paper core marketing. So there's a lot of different things that are involved for the clients. But at the end of the day, it is still bringing together a lot of the core skills that they've learned from doing general retail marketing and repackaging it and thinking about new ways to market paychecks or any other kind of B2B product.
Why is it, do you think, affiliates have been avoiding the B2B market? Why do you think they just don't know about it, or what's your take?
I think it's a couple of things. The first thing is that it's always been looked at. It's business. It's difficult. It's a kind of black box thing. So people just skip over it because it looks difficult. I think the other thing is, when affiliates get involved in affiliate marketing, the first thing they look at is marketing things that they're passionate about. It's easy to start marketing about food products or fitness products if you're yourself interested in that product. If you're gonna write a website and write content about a particular product and be interested in promoting that product, if you like that product yourself and you can write about it yourself, then it's obviously far easier and far more fun to market it. Now, when you start looking at B2B, it can be quite difficult to get passionate about accounting services. So I think one of those areas that really stand out to me as a not necessarily a barrier, but an initial bump is getting beyond the passion area and looking at it as a next step beyond your initial passions and initial interests, and looking at some new area of affiliate marketing, and rather than looking at some different product you've not looked at before, kind of jumping into that B2B side. So I think the passion barrier, if you want to call it that, is as an initial stopping point. And the second one, it is business. So people look at it as being business. They don't really know a great deal about how the B2B side of things work. They're worried about how long a conversion might take. If you look at a lot of big businesses, it might be that the conversion to actual sale is going to take quite a long time. You might have a customer click a link to go to a business site and fill out the forms and apply to buy a service. A B2B service might take 6 or 7 months to actually convert into an actual sale. So there's a lot of concern, I imagine, of how long is it going to take for an actual sale to be processed in order for me to get my commission from that sale. I think that is also a concern in terms of the payment process and how it will go through. I think another area is there aren't, but as far as I'm aware, and there are still no dedicated successful B2B affiliate networks. I mean, there's been a few that have come and gone and come up, and certainly a lot of networks have B2B as a kind of substructure within their retail affiliate networks, but there is no way you can go and say, let's look at some B2B affiliate offers, because they're not there as an obvious place to kind of go and search for them. They're always inside CG or Linkshare mixed in with all the other offers. So you can't kind of go in and say, hey, show me some B2B offers, because there's no way you can just get them listed out for you.
Interesting. What do you think? What are the main challenges for affiliates?
I think as you said, the first one is that passion. When you're going to start writing about a product that you don't really know so much about, it's obviously more difficult. You've got to start outsourcing the content development and start to people who know it and get that content written for you. But at the same time, a lot of these B2B firms do have that content available. They'll make content for your blogs that you can rewrite and restructure as necessary, and they can also give you a lot of other tools to use, such as white papers and paper core marketing. And these things might be new for affiliates. They've got to learn about what are white papers, how can they be used, what's the best way to place them, how they can be presented to the people coming to the sites. So there's those challenges. Obviously, again, it's a slightly different area in terms of picking domain names. How do you mix those? How do you mix the different business services together? If you're doing a website about shoes, you can easily start talking about kids' shoes and running shoes and sports shoes, all that kind of stuff. But when you start to talk about businesses, how do you link those business services together? Can you put together a string of sites that are about accounting services or about business software, for example? So I think there is that challenge in terms of how do they build out sites and keep them focused on a particular product to kind of keep it tight on the keyword area and on the content area, or are they going to have to keep building out multiple sites to cover all different sorts of business services? So there is those areas. And again, if you're looking at even on the paid search, again, it's about learning a whole new area of keywords, and what does a person search for if they're searching for a business software, or if they're searching for an outsourced business service. again, it's a whole new area of research, which is slightly different from retail keywords that might be quite obvious to a person.
Interesting. You mentioned passion, and passion is something that we talk a lot about here as well. And you also mentioned outsourcing, and that is something that I also like to do. There's certain things that in my business, and even when it comes to writing, that I like to do personally, and then there's other things that I am not a big fan of handling the writing on, so I may put the outlines together or not, and I'll find somebody who's really interested in that particular topic. And this sounds like a candidate for those type of, or that type of strategy, where if you're not such a big fan of the topic, maybe accounting, taxes, that type of thing, then you could probably, interestingly enough and surprisingly enough, always find somebody who really is into that type of thing. So what I'd like to do, Chris, I can see we are up against the clock. We need to take a quick break. When we get back, let's dig into this area a little bit more. We'll be right back with Chris Sanderson from amwso.com.
More Affiliate Buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
Time now for another exciting episode of Ace of Analytics. Brought to you by AnalyticsSEO.com. In our last adventure, our hero was fending off his evil nemesis, Rhino the Algo.
Ace! That ruthless Rhino has updated the algorithm again, and our website is falling down the rankings fast.
Have no fear. Use our automated SEO tool to stay updated and to monitor your site with detailed reports. Or use our multi-site project management tool to manage all of your sites to stay on top. Take it from our fearless friend and be your own SEO hero with AnalyticsSEO.com.
Looking for a white label SEO and social platform for your clients? Think
eBrands.
Free and unlimited SEO audit reports.
eBrands.
Premium Facebook apps and welcome page creators.
eBrands.
Twitter management app, analytics, and mobile site generators.
eBrands.
Let eBrands manage your search and social media campaigns and give you and your clients access to their white label dashboard, which have great reports that will wow your clients and deliver great ROI and results. Try eBrands for 30 days. Go to eBrandsWithAZ.com or call 1-866-625-5717. That's eBrands with a Z for
eBrands.
Ever wondered how you could have access to your own SEO expert, paid search specialist, or social media wizard? Looking for help with your affiliate, display media, or email marketing? Look no further than the folks at Fang Digital Marketing. Fang Digital specializes in both paid and organic search, social media, display, and mobile advertising solutions, and is staffed by industry veterans from Google, Yahoo, and one of the industry's most influential PPC experts. Fang Digital's award-winning staff stays on top of the latest in digital trends and offer tailored solutions so they can audit your progress and build a roadmap to your success. Learn more about their expanding range of full-service strategic marketing solutions at fangdigital.com. That's F-A-N-G digital.com.
Hold on to your white hat or black hat.
Hi, this is John Ball. Coming up in our next episode of Behind the Backlinks, we're going to talk about what we've seen as industry professionals with Penguin 2.0 and what did Matt Cutts say at SMX that's noteworthy.
Behind the Backlinks.
Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific.
On demand, anytime, inside the Search Engine Optimization channel, only on webmasterradio.fm.
Time now to hear some more affiliate buzz on webmasterradio.fm. Here's James and Arlene.
Arlene is away, but I do have Chris Sanderson from AMZO on the line, and we're talking about profitable B2B opportunities for affiliate marketers. Very interesting stuff. This area of business to business with the affiliate, in the middle of the equation, of course, as usual, where we develop the traffic by creating a site and content that is obviously found by someone who would be looking for that B2B service. Let's talk about the benefits of developing sites for, or what is the benefit of developing sites for B2B offers. I guess, are the payouts, how do they compare as well compared to the traditional model?
Yeah, I mean, the payouts can be far, far larger. You can look at anything on the lead side. You can see businesses offering, $30, $40, $50 on valid leads. And if you're working with businesses that are working on a actual commission on an actual transaction, then you can be looking at thousands of dollars on the payout side. I mean, we have one client coming up soon, which they do business loans, short-term business loans, and they're paying out up to $2,500 for a business loan that's given out. So, you know, the commissions can be very, very big. Obviously, there can be far less traffic that's out there searching for that particular service, but at the same time, when you look around, one of your benefits right now is there aren't that many affiliate sites that are out there that are focusing on promoting services. So if you look at one of the key benefits right now, it is an area that isn't overdeveloped. There is room for people to get involved and to grow sites and become, you know, a key player in targeting B2B offers and in developing sites that are going to push traffic to the business's site. So I think that is certainly an exciting opportunity for affiliates to get involved with. There's competition for keywords, there's competition for traffic in general, and if they're also doing paid advertising on any of the sort of PPC systems, then generally the pay-per-click can be cheaper. So even if they're doing direct pay-per-click, it can be cheaper as well. If they're doing pay-per-click driving traffic to their own sites, there's less cost involved on that front as well. So certainly, I think the competition side, there's less involvement, and obviously the payouts can be much larger. There are certainly some B2B firms out there offering fairly small, you know, $3, $5, $7 pay per lead, but ultimately businesses that are in a position where they are making far more revenue from each lead, and therefore they can afford to pay out a far larger chunk of revenue for each lead that they get in.
It's interesting. I'm thinking about the affiliate networks that I know. I mean, of course, you've got Commission Junction, LinkShare, you've got Affiliate Window, Share a Sale, Impact Radius, sort of a hybrid, and down the list you go. But I don't recall, or at least it hasn't hit my radar screen. Is there presently any B2B focused affiliate networks out there?
None that I could say are successful. I mean, there are a couple that I've checked out. I kind of search around every few months and see, okay, what's new out there. And there's a couple that are trying to be a B2B network, but they've failed to really gather any merchants that are going to make it work for them. So there is no successful B2B focused affiliate network at this time that I could point to and say, yeah, this is the place to go to find B2B offers, or this is a place where a business should go to be on a B2B network. So presently you've got the B2B programs are pretty much buried inside all your B2C networks. Obviously, a lot of the B2B goes to the bigger networks. They go to LinkShare and particularly Commission Junction. You'll find a lot of the B2B stuff on Commission Junction right now. LinkShare, even Share a Sale to a degree, and I'm sure every network's got their pool of B2B focused programs. But again, you don't really find them easily because they're not obvious. They're inside the network. They're mixed in with all the retail stuff. So it's not so easy to actually dig them up. I believe that LinkShare does have a slightly separate B2B setup for their network. But again, it's not obvious. It's not easy to see, and it's easily overlooked. So yeah, nobody's really saying, hey, here we are. We're the guys to go to for B2B affiliate marketing right now.
Pay-per-call, how does that factor into B2B? It seems like this. You mentioned there's a longer lead time, and I would imagine usually when there's a longer lead time to close that sale, there's usually some phone calls involved, maybe a salesperson on the phone to answer questions. You know, talk to this area about pay-per-call.
Pay-per-call's been something that we've been working with our B2B clients, and it's through experience we've realized that it's one of those things that needs to be launched as fast as possible, because it really does work for the B2B clients. When we're talking about lead generation, obviously the leads are actually getting paid pretty much as soon as the lead is validated. So there's less of a gap. And for pay-per-call, what we've found is that the validation is far faster, because obviously you're going to have somebody calling up to the business on the phone, making a phone call, and pretty much being validated on the spot. So what we see is that the percentage of calls that get validated and paid out is far higher than a form filling. So for the actual business themselves, what they're going to see is a far better conversion in terms of pay to call versus pay per form, and there's far less fraud coming through the actual call system than there would be through the form filling. For affiliates, it's something that a lot of businesses do want to call as opposed to fill out a form. They want to get on the phone and call up another business, say, hey, tell me about your service, and they're going to be far more interested in making that immediate phone call than filling out a form. So having it available as a tool on the affiliate's website is a really good opportunity to drive a far better conversion and provide far better quality leads to those businesses. And ultimately, businesses that are seeing a good conversion coming from a site are far happier to rapidly increase a payout to an affiliate when they know that they're going to get a constant flow of valid leads from that affiliate. So it is driving a cyclic business that works for everybody. You're driving better leads, the business is happier, they're going to pay you more, you're driving better leads. So there is a good relationship there that works because there's less fraud issues and the conversion is going to be far better.
We need to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Chris Anderson from Amzo to talk about pay-per-call. And I'd also like to ask you, Chris, if we could, when we get back, about some of your more profitable programs. We'll be right back.
More Affiliate Buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
Building better search engine rankings takes the right formula. Tracking those rankings is super simple. All you need is authoritylabs.com. Authority Labs uses automated daily rank tracking tools to monitor your site's performance, or leverage their API to build your own tools. No matter what animal-labeled algorithms affect your ranking, you should be using Authority Labs. Unlimited users for no additional cost and white labeling can help keep your clients updated and save countless hours of creating reports. Whether you're running sites with just a few or millions of keywords, what you need is authoritylabs.com.
Aim clear. This is how you sell with social.
Have you tried to do CPA conversions using social PPC and failed? You're not alone. These days, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube require true specialists to dominate.
Aim clear. The agency
brings definitive psychographic targeting,
bleeding edge creative,
and killer content amplification to the social advertising table.
Aim clear. This is how you sell with social. Aim clear. This is how you sell with social.
Oh yeah, my day is done. Time for happy hour.
You're already done for the day?
Yeah, because I use CertifiedKnowledge.org. Their PPC tools literally save me hours every day.
How do you keep on top of all of Google's new features?
Easy. With Certified Knowledge, their interactive learning modules keep me up to date. And if there's something I don't know, I can watch their video lessons without having to hunt around the Google Help files.
Great. I'm ready to expand my knowledge.
Hi, I'm Brett Geddes. I'm the only leader officially supported by Google to teach the advanced track of the AdWords Seminars for Success. I personally recommend CertifiedKnowledge.org as your one-stop shop for all your PPC needs.
Learn, optimize, connect. Be smart. Go to CertifiedKnowledge.org now.
Tracking down the trends, analyzing the latest facts and figures, breaking down the big data. This is SEO by the numbers. Our host will make sense out of your marketing metrics and interpret the important information to help you implement the next phase of your marketing strategy. SEO by the numbers.
Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific.
On demand anytime inside the Search Engine Optimization channel, only on webmasterradio.fm.
Time now to hear some more Affiliate Buzz on webmasterradio.fm. Here's James and Arlene.
Arlene is away, but I do have Chris Sanderson from AMWSO on the line. Now, Chris, let's talk, let's kind of wrap up this whole area of pay-per-call. If you could, explain a little bit what it is, how it works. I have a feeling there's some affiliates out there that are, we kind of get the idea, but fill us in a little bit about more of the mechanics of pay-per-call and how hard is it for affiliates to set that up?
Well, on the hard bit first, it is incredibly easy. A lot of affiliate networks now have, CJ Linkshare, even ShareASale, they all have their pay-per-call options for merchants. So once a merchant activates pay-per-call, then an affiliate can apply to become part of the pay-per-call program. Once you've applied, the affiliate manager will send you out a telephone number that is set to track any calls made from that number that you can put on your website. Or, if you're doing offline marketing, you can stick it in a newspaper where you're doing offline marketing, for example. But obviously, the prime focus is to have it on your website. So you'd apply for access to use the pay-per-call. The affiliate manager will review it and approve you. They will then send you the specific number that you put on your website, and away you go. It's as simple as that. There's no technical setup. There's no programming. It's a very simple cut and paste, put it on the website, and then promote it and make sure that people come into your site can see that there is the option to call up a merchant and to do the whole lead application through the phone as opposed to filling out a form. It's not a complicated option. As I was saying, if you've got affiliates that are also doing a little bit of offline marketing through local ads and that sort of thing, then pay-per-call is a great opportunity to expand from website advertising to offline advertising in flyers or newspapers and that kind of thing. So it gives them a bit more reach in terms of where they can advertise as well.
Very interesting. So what type of tools do you think are resources that, what works best when promoting the B2B programs? Of course, pay-per-call sounds like a no-brainer. Anything else?
Well, certainly one of the key things that my guys tell me all the time is white papers. White papers are something that a lot of businesses are looking for whenever they're researching a particular product they want to use. They're a owner of the company himself is not going to be doing the research. He's going to say to one of his staff, "Hey, go out there, find me something that helps me process my sales." And his research team are going to go out there. They're going to find a bunch of different products, and one of the things they're going to do is find the white papers that go into detail about what that service does, how it works, and so forth. So white papers are very, very important for the affiliates to have available on their websites, so that the people who are looking for that information can find them and then come back to fill out the lead forms and so forth. So white papers are something that affiliates are always looking for. Businesses are always looking for. And most B2B firms will have those available that they can provide to affiliates. So that's a key part of doing the B2B side, is having that product. I'd say obviously the pay-per-call is very important. And again, content, business people doing the research, they want to have the content they can read through and get a review and information about the product they're about to fill out a form for. They want to get some, the pre-sales. It's like any product. They want to have the pre-sales information, but it will most likely be a lot more detailed than you would be if you were doing a write-up for a shoe or a fruit juice or a fitness program. The business side of things, you're going to have a lot more content, because these people do want to read a lot more about that particular product before they fill out a form. So it makes sense to have that content available. And again, there is the opportunity to work with paper sale B2B programs as also. And again, in that case, you're again prefacing all the paper sale with more information about the product, product reviews, product comparisons, and so forth. So yeah, there is that overlap in terms of comparing it with retail when you're pushing B2B that is paying on a per sale basis as well. So certainly, I think the white papers, the content, the pay-per-call, and the reviews and comparisons are all kind of key things to look at when you're setting up a B2B website to promote business products.
Tell us about some of your more profitable programs. Give us a little rundown on what some of your merchants at AMZO.
Sure, I'll start with the B2B guys. Paychecks is a great product. We've been working with them for about 4 years now, and certainly they do a really great job with us, and we provide a lot of leads for them and a lot of money for the affiliates. As I mentioned, it's an outsourced payroll service, so they handle kind of tax services, HR services, and administration support for small businesses that don't want to have this thing in-house or don't want to have the extra cost of or risk of managing their own tax. I understand in America taxes are a bit of a exciting thing to be involved with, so Paychecks takes that excitement away from your business for you. So the affiliate program, they do a pay per lead. I think the base lead is $30, which is it's a nice little payout for filling out a form, and it's obviously on a valid lead basis. So that's a nice product there. One of our other B2B services is Redcappy. They offer they do an email marketing service, so you can. Their focus has been about building a email marketing system that works for people that don't really know the internet. They want their system to be very friendly to mom and pop shops who want to do email marketing but really don't know a lot about web design or designing an email template and so forth. So Redcappy has come up with a very nice, uncomplicated system where you can drag and drop elements into a sheet and then very easily send off emails to newsletters. And they've also got an interface that's nice. The interface is not cluttered. It's a nice clean interface. So it's nice to work on and hopefully easier for people to get involved without having a lot of complicated equations and drop downs involved with the whole thing. And again, they're actually doing a small per lead, but they're also doing a paper sale on top of that. So you can get a lead fee and a paper and a bounty when an actual sale takes place as well. And it's also got residual. So if you bring in a person on that business, you're going to get paid on an ongoing basis as long as that person is actually using their service. So that's really nice to have, as well as is that ongoing revenue rolling in all the time.
Very nice.
We've also got one of our new B2B clients. As I mentioned, they're doing small business loans, and apparently right now in the American climate, it can be quite hard for small businesses to get a loan from the bank. So what they're doing is putting together very short-term, 3 to 6 month loans where a company can come in. They apply for a business loan, and they're validated within 10 days. The loan is validated, and then they get paid. The affiliates will get paid on the value of the actual loan that's paid out. So that can be anything from a $150 payout to a $2,500 payout, depending on how big the loan is to that business. So that's going to be launching reasonably soon with us.
We're just about out of time. Give us one more.
One more. Okay, e-cigarettes. We work with South Beach Smoke and Never Smoke. They do a great amount of business with us. Again, it's a retail product, but they also have the residuals. So if you're driving traffic to them, then you're going to get the initial sale and the ongoing revenue from driving. So the ongoing revenue from having the customers come back to the site and buy more cartridges and batteries for their e-cigarettes. So the e-cigarette side of things is certainly a very exciting area, and the commissions are very good for that as well, along with the residual that comes with it.
And where can affiliates learn more about the programs, and maybe you could share some contact information?
Sure. The easiest place to find out information is to go to the AMWSO site. So that's amwso.com. And then on the sidebar, you can click on the affiliate programs link, and that will give you a complete list of all of our programs. Or you can feel free to drop me an email at chris@amwso.net, and I'll be happy to answer any questions people have and direct them to our managers so they can get some hands-on help with any of the programs they want to ask about or get involved with.
Terrific, Chris. I can see we are out of time. New episodes of the Affiliate Buzz can be heard every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific. You can access the archives for our previous shows on webmasterradio.fm, jamesmartell.com, and on iTunes. Chris, thanks so much, and to our listeners, thanks for listening to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz.
This has been a presentation of WebmasterRadio.fm, the world's largest business-to-business radio and podcast network. We welcome you to sample past episodes of this program, as well as our complete library of programs, on demand or on the air via our 24/7 live audio stream at www.webmasterradio.fm. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of WebmasterRadio.fm's management or sponsors. Any rebroadcast or redistribution without authorized consent of WebmasterRadio.fm is prohibited.